finishing the week with core and arms. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with arms and then move to abs. The first thing that we're gonna do is a standing barbell curl. So I'm gonna target the bicep with 3 different grips. The first grip being an underhand grip for the barbell curl. So it means our palms are facing away from us, our chest is up. I want you to see the placement of my elbow there. It's not directly back, it's just slightly forward, my chest is up. Strong wrist, turn that wrist over and squeeze that bicep. Control it on the way down, squeeze back up. So all of our bicep movements today, which is what we're gonna start with, are going to be with free weight. So the second way, so no superset here. Second movement is going to be targeting the bicep with a hammer grip. What's up, kid? All right, thanks for watching these for me. Okay, so now we're gonna go hammer grip. Same thing, notice the location of my elbow. And I'm not swinging or anything like that. I'm staying quiet here. I have my frame. Strong wrist, turn that wrist over. We're gonna alternate here. I like alternating on my hammer curls. I feel like I can focus better on the squeeze when I turn that wrist over right there. And it keeps me from swinging because it allows me to calm the weight while I'm working the other side. So that's our second movement there. Third one, we're gonna do them seated. It's gonna be an inside concentration curl. So when we started, we did flat palm with a barbell. Now we're gonna work the bicep and really hit that peak by going on the inside. So my leg here is a frame. And instead of curling this way, I'm curling this way. So your elbow is just acting as a hinge. Now I wanna hinge inside, turn that wrist over and squeeze on that peak. So frames there. Think the easiest way to get set up is to think about the inside of your elbow. So right here, the inside of your elbow is, if you had both arms there, they're pointing towards each other. That's your setup. You want your inside of your elbow pointing in. Strong wrist, turn that wrist over and squeeze. Feel that stretch on the way down, all the way down. Squeeze that back up. This is one of the best. I like doing pancake curls for peaks a lot, but this too, it's hard to beat. Turn that wrist over and really squeeze that peak, and then you feel that stretch. Definitely a staple for me. I'll admit, when I first started training and I hit arms a little bit too much and legs not enough, that was when I probably did 2-3 times a week, and they worked. So now we're gonna do a little bit of triceps. The reason why we're not gonna hit as much triceps today as we're hitting biceps is because we had chest yesterday. So triceps still got worked, and I don't wanna go crazy on them, isolating them other than this one movement. We're gonna do rope splits. So when we do a rope split, if you come a little closer, I'm gonna show something, just a technique tip. So our setup is here. Come down, pinkies go out, we split the rope, squeeze that tricep head, hands move towards back towards each other as the rope comes up. We get a full stretch without letting it pull our elbows up. When it pulls our elbows up, it gets our lats involved. So we keep our elbows there, this is our frame. Now what we can do to increase the stretch is watch what I'm gonna do with my wrists. If I let that turn in at the top and then turn them away as I go down, I can get even more of a stretch here and I feel just even more of a tricep engagement throughout the entire movement. So I'm thinking of squeezing from here already. I'm already squeezing my triceps, splitting that rope, pushing it down. All right, so now we're gonna move on to abs. Already set up here. What we're gonna be doing is a weighted crunch here. So what I wanna make sure we don't do is pull with our lats or pull with our back. I mean, our lower back's gonna be supporting, but we wanna make sure that we're targeting the core. So to do that, we have our frame. Think if you were in like an ab chair, I don't know if you've ever seen one at your gym, but they usually have little handles you hold on to and you hold them by your head and then you do a crunch. So think of that same structure here. This is your frame. We're using our core to crunch over and then unroll. So you want to crunch like a roly-poly and then roll back up. Let that weight pull you up, feel that stretch, and then crunch back down. I'm not pulling with my arms, I'm using my abs to do all the work. This is actually gonna be a superset. I love supersetting these with leg pull-ins on the floor. I feel this in my full core, but usually more so towards the top. And then when I do leg pull-ins here on the floor, again, it's working the entire core, but I feel it mostly at the bottom. So that's gonna be a superset. Almost done, I promise. One last thing. So our obliques were being worked for both of those movements, but now we're gonna isolate one side at a time, no superset. We just recently did oblique crunches. We're gonna do it with a cable here. So what I'm gonna do is just create my frame. Think about when I do oblique crunches and I'm holding the weight in one arm, and I told you I like to bring my arm up, open up, stretch, squeeze back down. So this time the weight's on this side, but I'm gonna create the same frame. And so I'm crunching down through that oblique, opening back up and stretch, crunch down through that oblique. I'm not pulling that down with my arm. I'm setting my frame and letting my oblique be the powerhouse. So we'll go that side first, whatever side you pick, and switch to the other. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Notice I'm not going directly sideways either. I'm going slightly forward, mostly to the side, with just like, so if this was 9 o'clock, we're basically right at 10 o'clock. Really getting a good squeeze there. Great arm pump. Core should be on fire to finish the week. Definitely going 60 minutes. You knew that was coming. Have a good workout.